What's up, Ragin Nation? How y'all doing? This is Alex. You watching a Ragin Ronin review. Got a review for you. Last Saturday, I saw The World's End. The World's End is the third installment in the Blood and Ice Cream trilogy directed by Edgar Wright. And the Blood and Ice Cream trilogy, if you don't know what that is a series of movies which star Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. And the recurring theme throughout these movies is always that these buddies, they always live in a town or they visit a town where things aren't always what they seem. Things are just very, very odd and very, very different, and it's something that they have to deal with, alright? And it's no different in Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead, and now the same recurring theme occurs in The World's End. But this time it's a little different. This time it's a little different because they have a really, really unique and creative story. I'm not saying that the previous movie, Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz, didn't have a creative story, but I thought that this story for The World's End is totally outrageous, but very, very creative, and I liked what they did with the story. And the story is really that you have 5 friends who are reconnecting after 20 years, and they want to do the Golden Mile. The Golden Mile is this epic pub crawl of, I forget how many pubs, I think 12 pubs, and they never were able to finish this pub crawl when they were very, very young. They always got totally drunk or just puking and all that stuff, and then they could never finish it. And now 20 years later, Simon Pegg's character decided, let's do it again. Let's do the Golden Mile and make it to the final pub called The World's End. But there's something stopping them. There's something stopping them. And I'm not going to spoil it and tell you what it is, but I'm at least going to tell you that, let's just say that to get to the world's end, they have to deal with the survival of the human race. Okay? That's all I'm going to say, and I got to tell you that this movie is absolutely fun. It's a lot of fun. Edgar Wright is just a very fantastic director in the sense that he will just make you lose your mind. I mean, he directed Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and also Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, and he's going to be directing the future Marvel movie Ant-Man, and The World's End is just a movie that will kind of blow your mind because it's just so ridiculously and hilariously epic. I know I keep on using these very vague descriptive words, but I'll just tell you that I love the writing in this movie. The story, the script, the writing, the dialogue, that's all kind of more or less the same thing, but I just love the story in this movie. And number one thing I loved about this movie was the characters. Simon Pegg is just spot on with the character he plays, and I love Nick Frost's performance. You know, you always see Nick Frost as Simon Pegg's buddy, so he's kind of an extension of Simon Pegg's characters in the previous movies that he's played. But Nick Frost is very much the opposite of Simon Pegg's character, and I love that dynamic. I love those character dynamics, and it really works in this movie. And another thing that I really loved about this movie was the direction. The direction of this movie is perfect. It's very, very it just keeps the pacing of this movie just perfect. Edgar Wright got the best performances out of his actors, especially since he's been working with them for so many different movies. And another thing is that the pacing, as I mentioned before, is just perfect. You got these characters just you know, going through a lot of like dialogue sequences together, and there's great chemistry, and then it moves on to some brilliantly choreographed action sequences, and you just don't expect it. You really don't expect it, because what happens in this movie is just full of a lot of surprises, and I just feel it's very creative. I mean, who comes up with this stuff? I really had a good time with this movie. Now, the only complaint that I really have about this movie is that while this movie is just a little bit out of control and out of this world, there needs to have a moment of exposition where they explain it all, right? And I just felt that the way that when they had the scene where they explained everything, I felt that it was a little drawn out, and it felt like a little bit of a cop-out where they just explain everything and then it's done, and then we're meant to go with that. Other than that, I felt that the movie was absolutely superb, and I give this movie an 8.5 out of 10. I think Edgar Wright he really had the right idea when he wanted to make this movie. He made it fun. He made it in a way where it has a human story, and at the same time he incorporated some really out of this world antics, which made it superbly entertaining. And there you have it, 8.5 out of 10. We're almost at the end of the summer movie season. It has been a lot of fun, and the last movie I'm going to be reviewing before the summer movie season ends is Riddick, which will be coming next week. And I can't wait for it, and then I'm going to give you my top 10 list of summer movies. So there you have it. If you want to see all my reviews for my summer movies, head over to the Ragin Nation Facebook page, click the notes button, and then click on my 2013 movies list, and I'll give you all my scores and all my reviews, and then just take a look at what you've missed out on if you haven't seen all those movies. As always, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like me on Facebook, The Ragin Nation, also follow me on Twitter at Ragin Nation. My name is Alex Yu, and thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace. So they want to take it back to its roots, and maybe that could be a good thing. Maybe they could get it right this time. So there you have it. Now another movie that